memo because that was not true.
It gave the impression like we purposely did that to her, and that's not true.
Just
the material corner of her.
He couldn't see what the dress looked like. They just sent a tail of it. Like
they didn't want us to see what she was wearing. They sent a piece of her material.
The picture kind of looks a little goldish,
but at the end of the day, we didn't care that she had a different dress. We were just happy that we were all there and being honored. We didn't care. It was the fans that made a big deal out of.
I was gonna say, I think the optics of 1, 2, 3 looking uniform and then her off to the end didn't help the, like if she was just the way that y'all stood. Not that it was on purpose.
Well, regardless of where she stood, it would have been weird.
It's no middle.
I was gonna say
so
it would
either
still
where
been.
she was gonna be. It's no middle.
Last thing that lots of people are paying attention to was in your acceptance speech, Tiny.
Okay, let's talk about the acceptance speech because honestly, I didn't mean anything by it. I was just looking at the mic. I was, from where I was kind of leaning over memo because that was not true.
It gave the impression like we purposely.
I don't think so either because you're known to be like the peacemaker of the group, actually. Like you're kind of like the glue.
Yeah, and Tasha, me and Tasha are probably the closest. We are the closest in the group. So, like, as far as with these ladies, you know what I'm saying? They, right now, well.
They haven't been communicating. Nobody's communicating except for Tiny.
Right. So me and her communicate the most, and we share rooms together, like dressing rooms and stuff. Right. So we're together all the time. So I have no reason to shade her, even though I don't know about her speech. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But.
So Tamika, this is your blood.
I was just gonna say that. Is your mama trying to make y'all talk?
This is your blood, Tamika.
I'm trying to talk to the mic. I was not excluding her. I said my ladies.
Is your mom trying to make y'all get back on the same page?
Tamika.
She's choking right now. She needs
some water.
It's a lot of the things that you guys are asking about. That's why we don't really try to comment too much because a lot of those things are going to play out in the show and you're going to be able to see it all for yourself. So it's not like, we don't really like to, add to the fire or add to the flames or whatever. We just feel like you'll see.
And honestly, I can't wait to show. The show can't come fast enough. With all the things that's been said, I just want y'all to see for yourself.
Yeah.
So
right.
You can, because,
So, okay. It's your blood, and I'll leave you with this. You answer first, and everybody else can answer individually.
Okay.
Is it fixable?
What fixable?
The situation.
I mean, I'm not mad at my sister.
I got sisters, so I know how that is. Having
that we're having as a family should have never been spoken on, but she decided to speak on it to clear her name, saying that because people were saying, well, your sister didn't tell you about this. Your sister didn't tell you, and then she's like, well, I'm not talking to my sister because she disrespected my mama, which was a lie. And so that right there in itself, that hurts.
Of
you know what I mean?
course.
Like this whole thing is just out of control. But the reality of it, my sister started working on her deal long before we started doing the show. During the show, she has been alienating herself from us. Her managers called Tiny and said she's booked, and when she's unbooked, they'll let us know.
Oh.
And as far as the rumor about the promoter threatening her husband, the truth of the matter is, he threatened him first, and we have the emails.
You saying Rocky threat?
My sister. And I'm always here for her, just like we're here for her.
Yeah.
It's not the personal problems that we're having as a family should have never been spoken on. But she decided to speak on it to clear her name, saying that because people were saying, well, your sister didn't tell you about this. Your sister didn't tell you, and then she's like, well, I'm not talking to my sister because she disrespected my mama, which was a lie. And so that right there in itself, that hurts.
Of
you know what I mean?
course.
Like this whole thing is just out of control. But the reality of it, my sister started working on her deal long before we started doing the shows. During the show, she has been alienating herself from us. Her managers called Tiny and said she's booked, and when she's unbooked, they'll let us know.
Oh.
And as far as the rumor about the promoter threatening her husband, the truth of the matter is, he threatened him first. And we have the emails.
You saying Rocky threat?
My sister and promoter, and he was like, the reason why he
the promoter.
Yes, first.
Gotcha.
So when I presented the girls' information or whatever, we called the promoter, and he was like, the reason why the reason why I didn't retaliate to that threat is because of y'all. So she took that as a threat, but he threatened the promoter first. And
got it.
All right, well,
life is short, ladies. Let me just say,
pieces of the story being told,
Right.
and we haven't said our piece because at the end of the day, we love Tasha and we don't want to be going back and forth on the internet trying to bash each other like it's crazy.
Right.
So we just wait, and we're trying to wait. I'm telling you now. I mean, if it keeps going on, I don't know how much I can hold, but.
We don't really want to say that, and I just say I'm just getting tired of being blamed for everything. But I was like, if anything happened, it's like Candy did this or Candy made them do that. I didn't make anybody do anything.
The promoter
first.
Gotcha.
So when I presented
more so the ones that saying let's do the show. So I wasn't trying to make my girls do shows without her. It was her choice not to do the shows. And to be clear, this promoter is the same promoter that promoted the show last Christmas when Tiny and I missed the show because we had got COVID. So we were obligated to make up that show. She was supposed to make it up with us. So it wasn't like
a whole new show.
Yeah, it was like a whole new show. We knew we had to make up the show with the promoter. He just threw in a couple extra shows so there could be some money made and us not just losing money by doing a show that we had to make up. You get what I'm saying? So let's be clear on that.
As a fan of Xscape and as a fan of all of y'all individually in your solo careers, your reality shows, whatever you do, I'm always here for it. And I love y'all, so I want y'all to continue to love on each other because you just never know. Yes, life is short. I think about group.
Everybody remembers I was not, trying to do anything. They, were more so the ones that saying let's do the show. So I wasn't trying to make my girls do shows without her. It was her choice not to do the shows. And to be clear, this promoter is the same promoter that promoted the show last Christmas when Tiny and I missed the show because we had got COVID. So we were obligated to make up that show. She was supposed to make it up with us. So it wasn't like
a whole new show.
Yeah, it was like a whole new show. We knew we had to make up the show with the promoter. He just threw in a couple extra shows so there could be some money made and us not just losing money by doing a show that we had to make up. You get what I'm saying? So let's be clear on that.
As a fan of Xscape and as a fan of all of y'all individually in your solo careers, your reality shows, whatever you do, I'm always here for it. And I love y'all, so I want y'all to continue to love on each other because you just never know. Yes, life is short. I think about group.
Remembers.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl vibing with Nick Style, and I am back again with another video. Today is Vlogmas Day 2. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit that post notification bell so that when I upload, you know that I've done so. Okay, so if you looked at the video from shout out to the Shade Room. Shout out to the Shade Room. I'm sorry. Got distracted. Shout out to the Shade Room. Xscape was at a Tigger show in Atlanta. And they were taping the show. So, I guess they may have sent the video into the Shade Room so everybody could have it. Or maybe the radio station was taping it. I forget how they do that type of thing. But at any rate, I got it from the Shade Room. Shout out to Shade Room for the news, the info, the entertainment news. So let's get right off into it. Okay, so we do know. So we had been speculating things was going on with Xscape. Well, they were behind the scenes, but they couldn't tell everything that was going on because everything was happening, playing out in real time for the show, meaning the Xscape and SWV show, the reality show that they're getting ready to put out. So the girls started out with what happened at the awards where Latasha came in with her own outfit and they were in uniform, the silver. She had on green. I thought it was gold, but it was bad. Don't get it twisted. The dress was bad. But then I was saying, ain't one man above the show, the group, the show, whatever. No one man is above the group. Or no one woman is above the group. If you look at groups like the Temptations, the Four Tops, everybody is in unison. Everybody knows what everybody is doing. Tasha was supposed to be in unison with everybody else, but we see how that turned out. Her stylist may have got the wrong memo, because the memo didn't say green or gold or whatever the color was, or the dress make of the dress. She should have called her sisters. I said that in my last 2 videos about Xscape. She should have gotten on the phone. Hey sis, what we doing for this award? How we dressing? What we gonna be in? I need to know, because I don't want to be the one on the outs. But see, she wasn't talking to her sisters. See, now we get into the nitty gritty. So fast forward, they start talking about what's going on and how the fans was, making everything seem like it was her fault. But no, you put it out there. She put it out there for everybody to see. What was going on behind closed doors should have stayed behind closed doors, because y'all a group. That's first and foremost. I'm not going to tell my friends that, hey, and then come do one thing and then do another. That's just not right. So, moving on from that, they started talking about the whole situation with the promoter. My thing was, the stuff with the promoter shouldn't have been going on. They broke it down. They was like, oh, well, Tasha, she was saying that the promoter got into it with her husband, but she did not tell us. And see, this is where we got it from, her page, when she put it out there. She said the promoter came after her husband, but he initiated the first altercation. So now I see what now everybody else is seeing. So now I'm seeing what's going on. I feel like if you don't tell what's really going on, and then you make your sisters look like they just betrayed you or whatnot, that wasn't the case. Sister girl husband got into it with the promoter. He initiated the first altercation. So the man reciprocated back the same behavior. I was like, okay, so now we getting down to the nitty gritty. So Rocky he's a problem. So then we come to the promoter and the gig and the extra shows that they did. Tasha was supposed to be on it, supposed to been doing those shows with them, because last year they missed those dates because Tiny and Candy had COVID. I said this. So the two sisters went on ahead and did the other shows, but they had to reschedule these shows for this year. So they all four was supposed to go and do these shows, But since they got into it and they went home from, so you can't do that. The show must go on. Whether it's 3 or 4 girls, it has to go on. They went on as not a quartet, but as a trio. And then, they asked about Tiny in the Shade and when she accepted her award. But then why didn't they asked her about Tasha? Why didn't they ask them about Tasha? Why she said what she said. You can, if you're gonna ask one person, well, why did you shade? It wasn't even like that. Because, like she said, me and Tasha, we when we're on tour, we share rooms. Me and Tasha have been cool since day one. They've always been, and Tamika's always the one she is the glue that keeps the group together and keep them talking. Everybody calls her. So I do believe that. I don't believe she meant anything by what she said. And if she did, she said the right thing. So then they asked her, they was asking Tamika, well, do you think that is repairable? Whatever is going on is repairable. Tamika was kind of choked up, as well she should be, because that's her big sister. But then she also said she put out business that was family business that shouldn't have been in the atmosphere. Which I can understand that. I can very well understand her not wanting to put that out there. If you get what I'm saying. Because that's her big sister. But she put it out there, so let's talk about it. She did say that. She said, hey, she said that, I cussed my mama. And she was lying. She said she lied. That's why I'm not talking to my sister, because she lied. I ain't cussed my mama. I ain't do no such thing like that. And you know what? Siblings argue all the time. But you don't lie on your sister and make it seem like she the culprit. This girl is going through some things behind closed doors that she don't want to tell her sisters about. And I don't know if that man is cheating or whatever, or have cheated, but it came out. And I think it's about to hit the fan. But they just trying to cover it up now. Something was being paid. Something paid that woman off to say, oh, how you gonna hack Instagram? I need to ask my little niece, can you hack Instagram? Because I don't think so. But maybe it can be. Because it is a social network. But I for one, I'm going to ask my little niece, can you hack Instagram? Can somebody get in your page? I feel like you have to give that person your information for them to get in there. But when I find out, I'll let y'all know. Y'all comment down below if you can hack an Instagram page, because that's what was said. I digress, but we gonna see. And I just feel like Tasha is going through a lot. And then, okay, now here we go. We gonna get to the whole nitty gritty of the thing where we found out that Tasha has a solo deal. Didn't I tell y'all? I said I'm gonna sit my fat fanny right here, and I'm gonna lean back on it. Lean back, do the rock away. Lean back, baby. Didn't I tell y'all she had a solo deal? Let me tell y'all how I figured it. She was gonna go solo. She been saying that since the mid-90s, after Traces of My Lipstick came out. I figured that because she felt like she was bigger than the group. She still feel like she bigger than the group. Yeah, they gonna support her. But like Funky Dineva said, once you go over the gospel, it's hard because you gotta go over there and sell them albums, but gospel have a big fan base. But your coins is over here with R&B because gospel don't make that much money. You gotta be sold more than one album. You gotta be like a Yolanda Adams, a Kirk Franklin, a Byron Cage. You gotta be like them. Leandra Johnson and put out that first album did not do good, but it did what it was supposed to do. Then when she got into her third album, then all her music started making, all her streams started coming. Baby, Tasha got a voice on her, and she can sing. Don't get it twisted. The girl can blow. But her coins is over here with her girls. So when her people told Tamika that and told Tiny that, oh, we'll let you know when she's available. She was an Xscape member before she was a solo artist. So how y'all gonna tell these girls that, yeah, yeah. See, this is how you know that somebody feel like they bigger than the group. That's why I go back to what I was saying, my Temptation. I love my group, the Temptations, because that's the best group by far. Then after them, Jackson 5. Then after them, New Edition. Yeah, Jodeci. And then it comes to the younger groups. But them top groups right there, Temptations, New Edition. No, Temptations, Jackson 5, New Edition. Them groups right there is the blueprint to how to handle such things. You should not be going through these group petty differences. I sit back and I say this again. You should not be going through these group petty differences. Because at the end of the day, what is going to happen next? What's going to happen next, guys? Because you do not want to lose one of your group members. You don't want to lose them. We just lost Takeoff from the Migos. And they said that. You have to talk things out. These groups nowadays, they don't want to talk things out. They want to go their separate ways and talk behind each other back. That's straight. So, now that we know the whole story and they broke it down for us, so y'all go back and y'all look at the shade rooms. Y'all go back and y'all look at the shade room. And y'all comment down below how y'all feel about the whole thing. You know, what do y'all think is going to happen next? I'm looking forward to recapping those shows with y'all, talking about the shows, because the show getting ready to come on. I think it's at the top of this year, maybe the end of it. It's a lot of content coming, so y'all be patient. I'm getting all this content out, and happy Vlogmas Day too. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that post notification bell so that when I upload, you know that I've done so. Till next time, my empty nesters and nesters, peace.